Hi, this is Jack Downs with a little recording for those of you who missed class today, who missed JOU240 on Friday, February 14th, Valentine's Day. No, a lot of people are sick, and I know that a number of you have missed for that reason, but there were sports and other things too. So I just want to go over the schedule a little bit. There is another video that follows this, which is the actual assignment that I'm doing in class, and which is due next class. So you'll want to make sure to use your own copy of Audacity for that, or find one someplace else on campus to use in one of the labs. Do remember that Ward Hall is not open on the weekends, so you won't be able to use 115 for working on the weekends. Although it is open throughout the day, today, Friday, and Monday, of course, too. So look at the schedule, and the topic is more about Audacity, in particular the effects assignment, how we improve voice recordings. You are to have always do this class. You should be starting to work on your PSA recording editing. It is due on Wednesday. That means you should certainly have rewritten your script. And remember, for that assignment, review that assignment. That's our first project, and it's a significant grade. So you need to make sure to have the original script, which is marked up, your rewritten script. You're going to hand that in at the end as a checklist with the assignment you're going to hand in, and then of course you make an MP3 you hand in. So you need to do your recording with one of the Zoom recorders and reserve them in the cage. I strongly suggest you try to do that over the weekend, you and your partner. Do your recording, get it done, so then you can do your editing on Monday and Tuesday and have it all set for Wednesday. So please consider doing that. If everyone tries to do their recording at the last minute, you're going to find there's not enough reservation time for the kits. Also, a note here, and it's explained in the assignment, yes, you submit an MP3 file as a completed file for this assignment. However, I want you to save for future use a WAV file also. So you're going to export a WAV file and an MP3 file, save the WAV file. We're going to use it in a future assignment. For this class, you were to read Chapter 5 and Aim for the Heart, and there are questions about that on the quiz, which is on Monday. I'll go over that in a moment. What's due next class? You're supposed to work on your PSA recording and editing. The effects assignment is due on, it says Moodle, Brightspace, and the quiz on a quiz. Okay, so let's go over the quiz. So you may use, there's a quiz on Monday. You may use you may use an index card on the quiz. You'll pick one up in class if you're in class. If not, you should have an extra one, regular size index card. You of course can handwrite any notes on the index card. So what are you going to write on the index card? Well, the presentations and the things you're going to look at are the overview of digital audio production, which was a presentation, and there's a file on Brightspace. Using your voice, which was a handout in class, which we actually did in class, and it has lots of information on different things like plosives and sibilants and vocal fry and so on. The general Zoom operations, which was an assignment with a homework that you did, and the reading, of which what could be asked is up here, reading guidance 5, up here, and then the reading before that also. They're both from our textbook. Okay, good. And let me go over more specifics. So you will want to know, well, yes, the overview of digital audio production, it talks about, obviously if what's the difference between an MP3 file and a WAV file in both size and quality. You also, as part of that, would need to know things like how many megabytes in a gigabyte, how many kilobytes in a megabyte. That's in that presentation. You need to know what is the dynamic or amplitude range. What does that really mean with our voices? You want to know the Zoom recording format. That would be from your homework that we use for projects in this class. What does like this standby mode mean, or other things that came from that assignment, right? From the reading, there's the question: when you write for audio, should you write the way you speak or speak the way you write? That's addressed in the reading. There's something in the reading called Al's 5 motivators. You should know those. And also your textbook author talks about using the active voice and avoiding or using. What does he say? Does he say you should avoid or use ing verbs? Speaking of the active voice, you need to know what that is. It's discussed in the reading, and also be able to take a sentence or two and say, yes, that is the active voice used here, or no, it is not the active voice. It is therefore the passive voice used there. You need to know about the general use of the mic settings for either recording one person solo or recording two people, like on both sides of the Zoom, for instance. The microphone modes for the Zoom. Oh, you need to know about what's a plosive, what's a sibilant, what's vocal fry, and then if you record at WAV file for a certain amount of time, how much space will it take up? And then what makes storytelling better than fact-telling? Storytelling and fact-telling, that's from your reading also. So that's the stuff from the quiz. So prepare for the quiz on Monday. And then I'm going to be introducing the Vox Pop on Monday also, which is our next project that you'll be starting to work on as a team. All right. So those of you who are sick, please get some rest, feel better, but don't forget about all the assignments that are due. You're still responsible for those.